So every life-changing event has a cycle. It has this cycle that it goes through. So for 1 minute, you may be a child and something happened within your childhood. And then you move to another cycle of events. These personal events are things that happen to you. And it is very important that you do not allow people to belittle your story or to dismiss your story. That narrative that you have, that narrative that have been a part of your life, it has a worth, it has a value, it has the ability to transform other people's life in as much as it has transformed yours. So whether it be marriage, divorce, having a child, something that happened within your life, something that happened to you that is important, it has the ability to mean something to other people. So, I've gone through these personal events in my life where what I realize about personal events, you have to walk them, and most times you have to walk them alone. So for many, many years, one of the things was that I struggled with who I was in regards to, my height. Those things were a major part of my struggles growing up. I struggled with my speech, and my speech is still a part of the struggle that I have on a daily basis, because sometimes the word I want to get out doesn't come out. And so if you're not careful, those little things that happen within your personal event can be a major setback if you allow it to be a setback. So I am very cognizant that there are persons who probably never want to hear me. I'm very comfortable with that. I am also cognizant of the fact that there are persons who may be annoyed, by my voice. We're not called to everybody, but we're called to some people. We're called to a tribe. We belong to someone. We belong to somewhere. Earlier on in my life, I think one of my struggles was really finding out who I belong to. And for many years, I struggled with the fact that, I needed to feel as though I belong. And, this might be a very troubled area in regards to speaking about this. And so what I had to do, I had to understand over time in my personal event or events that I control the narrative, that this can either work for me or work against me. And for very early in my life, I realized I had to create the story. I was the person who needed to create the story for my life. And even though at that time I could never articulate it the way I'm articulating it now. One of the things I realized is that some things would never happen for me until I got up and did something about the situation.